opinion that people, it's an experiment on the planet Earth, and during the dream state we are just reloading or rebooting and saving our experience, I mean memory, day one experience, and loading in new programs, a kind of this story. And if we will escape of this process, we will be much more awareness. Any comments?
So yeah, so I think it's you can look at it that way. I think it's absolutely you can look at it that way, but in that way, it's not only the dream or sleep, it's also during the waking. That's why the cycle of the day and night is affecting each other. So every single moment, for example, even our conversation right now, we are creating a file. You're creating a file, I'm creating a file, we are collectively creating a file. Every moment I say something, I want what I'm trying to say, I'm creating a file. Every moment you hear something, you're creating a file. Sometimes maybe you're hearing what I'm saying, sometimes you're hearing completely opposite than what I'm hearing. So it's nothing is a guarantee, but we are creating many files together. So these files, afterward, like you're recording this video, right? And afterward, in the end, what it says, you want to save the recording? What do you say? Yes or no? You say yes. And what do you say? What do you want to name? Oh, the interview, the dream yoga with the Lama Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche. Whatever you want to give the name, you give the name, you save them. Same thing, automatically, our conversations, you're saving it, I'm saving it, we're saving it. And when does it shows up? It might show up tonight in your dream. And I'm in your dream, a part of the interview will show up. It might be not me, it might be somebody else, it might be some subconscious of yourself you're interviewing too. So that is happening. Yes, so what is the best way to do it? The best way to do it, according to the Dharma, the best way to do it is to clear everything what you're creating. Every single moment, like a file is created, file is deleted. Every single moment, file is created and file is deleted. Every single moment, every experience is created, every experience is deleted. Why? Then you are free of these experiences need to take in the future, stabilize. You don't need to take in the future. You need to live fully in the moment. You need to be free from the file that you are momentarily creating it. So we do that many times. Not every file we carry, but all the files that we save and we name, they are a problem for our future. Like people will say, if you look at your computer, you will see a personal file. You might have a personal file, secret file. These are problems. But you have a file everywhere. These are not a problem. They're just, you can, you know what I'm saying? So in the night, in the sleep, this is exactly what's happening. When somebody rests very deep in sleep or able to have a lucid dream, you are processing your file. When you're having lucid dream, you're deleting your file. Sometimes you're not able to delete your file. Sometimes you're able to rename file. Better names, rather than saying it was horrible, it was okay, or it was perfect, or it was the most beautiful, enlightening experience. You have a different names for the different files.
According to your book, there exist 3 types of dreams. Does the meaning that lucid dreams, it's a Sansaric dreams, or it's a next stage of dream?
Well, generally, I think most of our ordinary people's dream are samsaric dream. And samsaric dream, basically, definition of samsaric dream is that dream which are influenced by our pain identity. You know, our limitations, our blockages of our emotions. And all these dreams are samsaric dream. And so, but in samsaric dreams, there are some better samsaric dreams. When you have a dream of your family, when you are going to the Disneyland, you are enjoying life together, loving each other, playing with each other. It's a samsaric dream, but it's a nice one. When you are having divorce, when you're trying to kill each other, when you're trying to be the worst person with each other, it's a samsaric dream, but a very difficult one. So they all are samsaric dreams. Yeah, so the clear light dreams will be when the dreams or sleep, which is not directly influenced by your ignorance and negative emotions.
But lucid dreams, it's a kind of sansaric dreams, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Lucid dream, it's most of the time
Most.
our yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, and I know that Stephen Labers has a study about lucid dreams and a kind of job. And does anyone from the science trying to study dream yoga stage? Possibly you know some information which we doesn't know.
Well, Stephen Laberge, I know him and wonderful work he have done, and so I think Stephen Laberge's main focus is on lucid dreaming. So trying to help to guide people to able to so that people can able to have a lucid dream, able to work in their dream, able to work. Yeah, so that's really the main focus. But nothing in the West is working with the dream or sleep with the intention to trying to understand or have realization of Buddhahood. No.
Okay, it's a pity, but we have a chance to find out the scientist who will start to work with this.
Yeah, so I mean, science will have a lot of chance to work on so many different points, but science will always have a lot of challenges doing when it goes to very deep places.
Okay, is it possible that the people, ordinary people, without practice, just get second or third one state inside the dream? I mean, to get clear light dreams, what can you say?
Everything is possible. So,
Great.
yeah, so yeah, so I think the possibility is only when you're open. When you're open, the moment you are open to anything in your life, you're making it possible. The moment you are close to everything in your life, you are making it impossible. This is what we say. How many times we use word? If you listen to yourself in your life, how many times you have said, "Oh, that's not possible for me."
I know these people who just talking like in this way, and
Yeah.
it's a really tragical story to just change this road, just
Yeah.
make it possible in their mind, and
Yeah.
after
So
that,
you have to hear these people. They have to hear themselves when they say, "Oh, that's not possible for me. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. I'm too old. I'm too young." There's some excuses in life they're not, it's not possible for them. But moment when they hear it, so then they realize obstacles is not out there, obstacles is in here. The moment they realize, they open the possibility. So in dream yoga, I think everything is possible. Okay, another thing. In dream yoga, for our perception, it's more possible than during our awakened life. Because in a dream, you can do anything. We agree. In awakened life, you can say, "No, I cannot do anything. I'm too old to fly." But in dream, I can fly.
if it's possible in your mind during the lucid dream, because
Yeah.
I know some people who know this possibility. So during this state, I can only walk, not fly. This possible too.
Most of the time, I think it's really important to understand most of us in our life, maybe all of us in our life, one way and another way, we lack imagination. Whatever you can imagine, almost everything you can accomplish.
Dear Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche, can you share with our viewers your experience of clear light dream? Can you tell us what it was and how you realize it and what's going on next?
So there's no way I can share the clear light dream like in a Zoom like this. You know, there's no word for clear light. There is no a means of transmission. I can share my face, I can share my words, I can share how in expressions, but the clear light is something that you live, awakened state of inner state. So, but I pray that everybody who is interested in dream and sleep yoga, may you all have awakening experiences. Yeah, that I can pray for all of you.
Okay, thank you. I know that some people are trying to use a kind of regression methods. It's a kind of psychological methods, a kind of trance state in meditation and etc. Can we compare? Is it possible to have this kind of stage of clear light, not dreams, but clear light state?
The experiences are usually in a deep place where, like when you are feeling free from all a sense of identity, that you are no one, you are no one, and you are no one everything that you identify with. You are not your pain identity, you are not all the problems that you feel that you're stuck in. You are not one who says everything is impossible, things are not impossible, you feel blocked. You are none of your problem. You are no one. And you can be anyone. This sense of I can be anyone, that is like a space and light and awareness. It's like a dynamic energy. I can be anyone, that potentiality. But on the other hand, I am no one, all my problems and limitation. So imagine something like that when you feel. Or imagine, maybe imagine your best holiday. Okay, best holiday when you are, I don't know, when you are by yourself with a family on the beach, in the mountain, where you feel completely free, and when you feel completely connected to the nature, where you feel completely inner peace and inner presence, when you feel like that during your one of the best holidays, imagine, right? Imagine now multiplying that best holiday that you have million times. How would you feel? So that is the clear light dream.
Okay, it's a good point of thinking over. What I can say, I guess our viewers will try to define themselves into this state, or just close to the state, and understand how the lucky they could be in this state. But I think you are talking about a kind of idea of united. So to be a world, a whole world, without like connection, without connection to your body, like express yourself through the universe. Is it right?
Yeah, absolutely. You are one with everything. The experiences of oneness.
Some people during the dream state, or a kind of awareness of dreaming, I mean a kind of lucid dreaming states, talking that it's like a spirit world or astral stage, and they trying to contact with someone. What do you think about it? I think you heard about it, and how can you understand it with the point of view of tradition of Bon?
Yes, so the answer, simple answer will be the possibility in the Bon tradition, absolutely, it's there. Yeah, and so as I said earlier, there are many masters, they encounter their teachers, their guardians, their angels, their protectors in their dreams, and seek for knowledge, seek for guidance, seek for healing. Absolutely, it's possible. but personally, as I've shared earlier, that for me, when I have when I'm in the process of healing myself and the process of working on a book or something, that when I need answer of something that I'm not, when I need a help, and I definitely seek to enlightened beings, goddesses, deities, and I do encounter in my dream, and I do get guidance from them. Yes, I do. But when people are talking about extraterrestrial, like being from other world, I think a little bit different kind of attitude, like so I don't know what to say about that. But in our tradition, we have that, and I do have my own experience. Yes.
People are talking and saying that someone is talking with them during the dream state. What to do? What you to do? How you define? Is it a good one for yourself, or is it not so?
Good advice, bad advice, it always to do with oneself. There's no bad advice to good listener advice. Well, if you listen, the advices are good. If you're a good listener of every advice of life, there is no bad advice. Even the bad advice is good advice. But when you are not good listener, even the good advice not necessarily guaranteed to be good advice. So that, I think, is important to be clear with that. So in dream, definitely happens when somebody is advising, and I personally value a lot. I think it's very important. Not immediately think it's a good or bad. That's a judgment. That's kind of dualistic view. That is not a healthy way of looking. And it doesn't matter what they're saying. What you need to hear is to say what it is trying to teach me, rather than saying is it a good or bad. It's nothing good or bad. What it's trying to teach me. If you discover what it's trying to teach you, then it is a good. Even some people think it's a bad, but it's a good for you. How many things in life became so good for you, what other people think it's a bad? Because you are a good listener. You hear the deep meaning. You are able to process it.
But people would like to name everything, and who is talking. And
no, exactly. That is the problem. That is the problem for everybody who wanted to name everything, who wanted to label everything, who wanted to put everything in the boxes. That is also the problem of scientists. That's why I'm saying the scientists will have always a difficult, because they wanted to name something. Without name, they will not find it.
So your advice to do not name everything, just to listen.
Yeah. And my advice is trying to name as less as possible. See this way in life, how many times, right this very moment, each one of you, if you look at in your life, you're having a challenge. You're facing a challenges, a difficulty in life. Then what you're saying, you say, oh, this is so bad. This is so many bad things happening to me, one after another. And you are seeing that, right? So that is how your perception, you are saying, this is a bad happening to me. But if you ask the right question, what this situation is trying to teach me, or how this situation trying to make me stronger, how this situation trying to make me expand myself more, how this situation is trying to make me connect more with people, how this situation is trying to make me learn how to love more. If you ask the right question, there is no wrong situation.
Yeah, I see your point of view, to find out what is good for you in any situation.
Of course. That is the Dharma practice.
Okay. So I catch the idea. Hopefully it will be good for us and for our viewers.
Well, let me say one thing. It's not only trying to see what is good in every situation but every situation is good.
Ah, okay.
That's a difference. You're trying to make it every situation bad.
Yes, I understand. So it's a good idea to review all your situations according this idea. Dream state very often comparing with dead state, so it's obviously and people asking where the soul going during the state or during the coma state. Can you answer?
I think generally it's very difficult to say where does it go, but I can definitely, have some ideas. So like it's a similar, like when you go in a deep sleep, or when you are in deep meditation, or when you are in the process of dying. But all the extroverted senses and dualistic conceptual minds, they all like dissolves back to what we call base consciousness. So it's like a cloud. So where does all the cloud goes? They go
Somewhere.
into they go in the space. Where does the cloud come from? They come from that the same space where they're gone. So it's the same way they go to the base. And so unlike like a clouds, for us it's really important the how it goes to the base with a very uninterrupted, very sequential, with awareness. When they go like that, then when it manifests back, it's much better manifestation. But when they dissolve with a very interrupted, then what manifests is not good.
And it's close to this question: what to do if your friend, it's a real question, in a coma state? Is it still keep going or just let it go, let him go?
Well, that's a very difficult advice to give. I think that might be depends on a lot of circumstances. You need to ask the medical doctors and what the situation is generally. But one thing I can say is when your friend is a state of coma, you should not freak out. You should be calm, balanced, presence, and that's important because whatever your psychological disturbances will affect the person who is in coma.
You know, it's a modern question that a lot of people are trying to be a contactee, like with extraterrestrial, extra mind. What is your opinion? Is it good for evolution of these people? Or
Well, I think it depends on the intention and attitude about that. In the Buddhism, in a particular in the Burn tradition, we do that, right? We do that. We talk about beings from the other side, the beings from other realm. We believe we are not only species or beings. We believe in many layers of beings, many different dimension of beings, and whenever we pray. When we pray, we don't say in Tibetan, our tradition, we don't say this is I dedicate these prayer to only for human being. We don't say that. We said that we dedicate these prayer to all the sentient beings. So we believe in many other beings. And when we're trying to connect with them, when we eat a food, we order the first part of the food, we say for the enlightened beings, higher beings. And the leftover the food, we say this is for the lower beings, that who is intimidated by my presence, who is not able to come here. I have not forgotten you. This is for you too. I'm giving to the big boss, big guys, but I'm also have some say for you. So it's always the communication is always there. Even in one single meal, there is a communication there. But this is all acknowledging its existence and acknowledging your openness and compassion and kindness to there. That's the reason why we connect. If somebody is trying to connect with another realm beings, trying to develop technology, trying to influence, trying to control, trying to not be controlled by fear-based, all different story. That's a different. We don't do that. Yeah, we don't try to control other beings, or yeah.
Okay, and question: how to do not forget to realize yourself inside the dream? Please, your advice.
Well, how to not forget yourself inside the dream is, of course, I talk a lot about that in my Dream Yoga book. Is not to forget right now during the awakened state. So in the very moment, every moment in the awakened state, we forget about ourselves. We are so we disconnect so much. We forget where you're sitting. We forget who you are sitting with. We forget what conversation is happening. We forget. And we are lost completely into the world of fear. Death, sickness, loss, anger, disappointment. We get lost into these negative emotions and we lose the presence, who we are and who are with and what we are able to, even beautiful sky, we don't see the sky. We see the cloud in the head. So I think the most important thing is not trying to expect miracle in a dream yoga, in dream, but do the realistic practice during the waking life.
During this summer 2021 will be a retreat about dream yoga and sleep yoga. So what is your message for Russian audience who would like to join it, to just trying to use it in their real life, please?
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity that to able to do. Usually, most of the time when I'm teaching weekend, 2 days. This is a very great opportunity for all international sangha to come together, and people who are following me to able to come together for a whole 2 weeks. First week it's in a dream yoga. Second week it's a sleep yoga. So able to join with all the other international community on online summer retreat. So during this 2 week, we will able to go deep into the teaching practices, and also I will be giving the transmission during this week. They all will be online. So I hope many of you are able to join.
So thank you very much for this interview. I hope we'll continue when we will have a suitable time and place. Thank you very much for this knowledge which you're sharing with us, with our viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.